What is up, everybody? It is your boy Fry. Thank you once again for tuning in. Today we're going to be discussing Autotune a bit more in depth. I know with my other tutorials I don't really do that much, so if you're new to the channel, tune in. You know what I mean? If you're existing to the channel, I will go in depth a bit more with Autotune, so stick around for that. Make sure to smash like as well as to subscribe, as well as to check out the FLP if you would like to know more about how to get your vocals sounding good. So with that being said, we'll first take a listen. I'll put up the Autotune, so if you're in and out, you can just check out the settings right now and you can take a listen. This is of the Lil Tecca Ransom remix. So yeah, let's take a listen. You can kind of watch how the Autotune does its thing, etc, etc.
I got two thick thighs, wanna link the gang.
Backwood on the highway rolling, still pouring up drinks, slow motion. Still talking too much, my guy, are you dumb? Put him in the trunk, we gon' need a ransom. I got two cell phones, she don't know which one to call. Say she know me, I don't know her at all. Sleeping on me, well, you can just snore. Sleeping on me, well, you can just You think I'm Scarface, need a mansion, but I'm way too fly, think I'm Danny Phantom. Think I'm way too fly, think I'm Danny Phantom. Think I'm way too fly, like a fucking dragon. What you want, hop off in a ghost, now I'm in a Phantom. I know I'm about to blow, you don't take the ass for ransom.
Alright, so there you go. Pretty simple and sweet, right? So the first thing I want to tell you with Autotune is that I get a lot of questions about if you should listen to Autotune while recording or apply it afterwards. And I always say you need to be able to listen to the Autotune while recording it, especially in modern hip-hop, because that way you know exactly what you're going to get afterwards. Future, even you can go and read about the article. Just type in Seth Firkin sound on sound if you want to see how the pros do it. Even Future's engineer, rest in peace, Seth Firkins, would just record Future straight to Autotune and they would record it. You know what I mean? They wouldn't keep anything to fix it later. If it didn't sound good at that moment while recording, there was no point in keeping that take. So, that's the way I follow my philosophy. So the way I do that in FL Studio is I have a mic input channel always, and then I route that channel into a vocal chain channel, right? Or just a different channel that has the Autotune on it. Now, I do know with the latest version of FL, you can have I always record this. I just do it traditionally because I was recording from FL10 onwards, and there was never this pre or post effects setting. I don't care about that. I still do it traditionally because that's how you would do it in any other audio software. So you route your mic input, add your mic to a channel, right, and then send that to a different channel, and that way you can actually listen to those effects. You know what I mean? So that way you can hear your Autotune while recording, and you could also do that with the beat. You can do that with all sorts of other stuff. So yeah. So let's get straight into, obviously the Autotune sound. You can definitely hear with Tecca.
I got two thick thighs.
The first thing with Autotune always, right, if you're trying to replicate someone's style, is to listen to the cadence in their voice. Listen to how they are projecting their voice. So that way when you're listening to the Autotune, you can actually, emulate that as best as possible. It's kind of fitting in with their flow per se. Taking their flow for ransom. But yeah. One tip I have as well, definitely, man, is I know a lot of people also email me and message me. Feel free to message me on Instagram if you have any questions. You can find that info in the description about how to find the scale for your beat, right? And I like to use this Hornet Song Key plugin by, what is the company again? Yeah, Hornet, my bad. And I got this plugin like half a year ago, 2 years ago, and it's great. It's $15, and all you do is you play the beat for a while, and then it'll give you a key estimation and current chord. And as you can see, I've matched that up with my Autotune settings, right? So that's the first thing, being able to listen to Autotune. Second off, being able to know what scale the Autotune is in, because that way you're actually going to be in key with your beat. So yeah, once that's done, man, these are the settings we're using right here. What I want you to focus on with Autotune. Now, I know you might have the new one, you might have the old one, Autotune 5. I like using Autotune 8.1 simply because it has low latency mode. And, that just allows you to actually listen to your Autotune in real time, right? There's no massive delay on it or anything like that. So that's the first thing I set after the scale. And from there on out, I usually leave this tracking dry as it is. 50 is fine. I don't think it makes much of a difference. But the retune speed is going to be important, right? You want to mess around with this retune speed. Now, if you're using FL Studio's pitcher, you're just going to be messing around with the correction amount, right? So with Antares, right, 400 would mean that the autotune kicks in really slow, and then was it ever on 7? I don't know, but yeah, 400 is really slow, and then obviously towards 0 is really fast. All right, geez, it doesn't. I think it was on 4, right? I don't know why I didn't go back to the right amount. Anyway, yeah. So if you go all the way to 0, then it's really fast, and if you're just on 4, it's it's really fast, but not that fast. All right, 20 is kind of your default value from what I understand. 20 right there. So that's what is standard autotune sound. And as I say, the more you go to fast, the more you get T-Pain effect, if that makes sense. So if you really want to make autotune hard, you can mess around with this natural vibrato mode, but I definitely don't recommend this for beginners with autotune. Singing into autotune, it takes a good year to really get it right. Maybe not even, right? Maybe half a year, maybe a week, depending on who you are. But for me personally, I learned this trick from Young Thug's engineer, Alex Tomei. He said this is the way Thugger likes to record his vocals, but his autotune is set to around 22-20, because obviously if you listen to Young Thug's music, it's not too auto-tuned, you know what I mean? Or his newer stuff is not as auto-tuned as it used to be. So I like it this way. I've just learned how to sing into it with these settings. So the next thing is your humanize. Now I am a big fan of messing with the humanize. What it does, I don't really know. Let's just see what it says. Maybe it'll pop up. Add realism to sustained notes at high retune speeds. So whatever that means, that's what's happening. I usually set this between 20 and 37. That's usually my kind of best sound to go to. Now if you really want a more natural sounding autotune, you can set this. I wouldn't go higher than like 10 for classic. I like it on classic autotune mode. That's the sound of autotune 5 and below, I would guess, and that just has like the Future, the Lil Wayne, all of that. And as you get into flex tune, you're getting more into your kind of mainstream pop sounds, because the thing with mainstream pop is you're going to be hearing actual autotune, but it's not going to sound like autotune. If you think that the songs of famous singers are not autotuned in 2019, you're mistaken. All right, what they're using is Melodyne to kind of smooth out the vocals, and autotune in very kind of minute amounts to kind of get that vocal performance spot on. Rihanna, all of these people are doing it. So don't be afraid to kind of mess around and see what sounds best for your style of music. But generally with hip hop, we're going for aggressive sounds, and we want to get that kind of Lil Wayne effect, T-Pain effect going. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can show you. If you're interested in the whole template, definitely check out the Lil Tecca vocal effect video. It should be about like 2 videos or 1 video before. And if you're interested in copying the template because you like the sound, you can check that out as well. I do have a free VST version, so you don't need to own all of these expensive plugins to get a good sound. The free VST version actually is louder than this version, so I'm a bit kind of jealous on that, because now I'm stuck in my ways with this track. But yeah, check out my vocal recording FLP as well to learn how to record better, how to learn my template format so that you can set up your own sessions within FL Studio, and even open your own studio or whatever it is that you want to do. So with that being said, man, hopefully you learned something. Make sure to smash like as well as to subscribe, and I'll check you out in the next video. Feel free to recommend any artists I should check out. Peace out.